Live from the Dude's Kitchen and Grill Studios in a garage somewhere outside of Boise, Idaho, it's your Wednesday night barbecue and talk show. And now your hosts, the Dude and Monica. Hey everybody, what's going on out there? Let's bring Monica on. Monica, how are you? Hey, what's going on? Oh, she can't hear me yet. I want to say hi to Craig out there from behind the garage, and Scott and Steven and Jacqueline. Steven made that behind me. That guy rocks, man. Oh, our guest tonight, she's awesome, Monica. Jill.
I can't wait.
Oh, she's so cool. I want to say hi to Cheryl out there, grilling and chilling with Coleman. Man, we got a good lineup here tonight so far.
Yeah.
You guys are going to love tonight's show. Almost every one of you know her anyways. It's Jill from YesterKitchen. She makes some of the coolest stuff. Like, she and I kind of go back and forth online talking about the stuff. And I'm going to show her page while we're doing this. And that way you guys can kind of get a view of who she is. Everybody knows Jill from YesterKitchen, right? So tonight, no White Russian cam.
I can't wait.
We got the hot buttered rum cam. Although I wasn't smart enough to change it, so the name of it. But she made a hot buttered rum that looks so good. Oh my goodness! So I'm making one tonight. May have already had one too. And then this one here was a blast from the past right here. Potatoes Delmonico. Oh my gosh. So badly want. I so want to talk to her about it. All right, guys. Are you ready to talk with Jill? Because I know I am.
Woo, woo. Let's do it.
And there she is. Jill, what is going on, my friend?
Hi, I'm just living the dream. How are you guys doing?
Good. Jill, this is Monica. Monica, Jill.
Hi. Hi. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So before we get started, it is time for the White Russian cam, the AKA hot buttered rum cam. So hold on.
We're gonna have to come up with a little jingle every time you do the White Russian cam.
There you go. Already got some hot water, guys. And Jill, I apologize. I don't unfortunately I didn't have the time to make it like Jill did. Add because that looks awesome. But this is hot water.
So good.
And Jill and I were talking earlier in the day, and I'm going with Malibu rum. I don't know if you can see that.
I love that.
I do too. And I'll tell you what, it was good.
It's so different. I can't wait to hear how that tastes. I would never put coconut, but I love coconut.
Yeah.
Put a little whiskey in this one too.
Yeah.
Just because I like to live dangerous, guys.
Because it's 5:30 somewhere.
Exactly. Just not here. That's probably enough for right now. Maybe later. And a blast from the past. I'm using half and half. My grandparents always used half and half.
Way to go.
Yeah. There you go, guys. That is
Yum.
And let's go back to the normal cam and see my ugly mug.
So is that what they put in when you see Tom and Jerry's mix? Is that what they put in to the hot buttered rum? Or what's Tom and Jerry's?
Tom and Jerry's completely different. That's like a batter that
so it's not a drink at all.
Oh, it's a drink.
It's
a drink. It's actually with a lot of cream, ice cream. You actually serve it in big bowls. You make for enough for 20. It's very popular during the Christmas season. So kind of like right now, actually I was going back and forth between doing a Tom Jerry or doing hot buttered rum, but Tom and Jerry is so involved, and I figured hot buttered rum, so good. Mm-hmm. Although I do have my trademark martini.
Joe, what are you drinking?
Dirty martini. Always.
Nice. Good for you. You don't stray at all? Dirty martini?
No, I do. I love bourbon. So we've gotten it. I'm big on old fashions, or any kind of bourbon drink. Vodka, pretty much anything.
Okay.
But actually I don't like beer. Other than that, I know. Other than that, I love it all. I just got into mezcal too.
Okay. Yeah. That's the tequila, right?
It is. It's like a very smoky tequila.
Yes, I had a bad experience on tequila once. It lasted
Well,
about 6 years, and then I went back to drinking it. So.
I was going to say try mezcal because I had a bad tequila experience too, and mezcal is just different enough.
Hey, Chris
Oh.
just joined us. Chris from
Yep.
East
Show's over,
Wind.
guys. We'll see
I
you.
know.
Chris is here from East Wind Farms. Jill, it was good talking to you. We'll see you later. Chris is one of those characters out there, Jill, that I was talking about. It's so awesome.
Yeah,
I like it.
Grilling and Chillin' wants to know what was the first thing you put in the drink. Was it hot water?
It was hot water, and then it was the hot buttered rum mix.
Okay, gotcha.
Store bought, not Jill made.
Which is so easy to make.
Gonna have to maybe next. You know what? We don't have a guest next weekend, so maybe I'll just do it live, make it live or something.
Do it.
There you go. There you go.
All right.
Can I say hi to Cheryl really quick? She's out there. She's been with me since the beginning of my channel, and I saw her go by. So hi, Cheryl. I'm so happy.
Definitely.
Thank you, Cheryl, for showing up. We really appreciate it.
Cheryl Agnew. All right.
Cheers to Cheryl. See, and I
Yes.
got a
Cheers to Cheryl. Aw, I love it. Love it.
It's like hold a lot.
Hey, Steve. Steve.
Oh, there's somebody else for you.
Roberta Woods.
Hi, Roberta. Welcome to the show. Appreciate it.
Oh, Roberta's out there. Hi, Roberta.
And never say never. Says hi, Jill.
Yeah. Everyone's saying hi. Hi.
We really appreciate you guys showing up.
Thank you for being here.
Jill, first question. Where are you from?
I was born in Hollywood, and I grew up in LA. I actually grew up outside of LA in an area known as the Valley, which, if you've heard of Valley Girls, no, Sherman Oaks, Encino, Tarzana. Yeah, so that's the Valley, and that was my formative years, and I was actually one of the original Valley Girls back in the 80s.
Explains a lot.
I know, right? I dressed the part, I talked the part. So so that's how I grew up, and didn't get very far. I live about 45 minutes outside now. I am. Yeah, I'm really excited. I haven't said anything yet, but it's totally fine. I'm moving to Idaho.
Yeah. Oh, everybody else is. Why not?
Why not?
Oh, very excited.
Jill, you got any animals?
No, I had a rabbit who was the most bomb rabbit on the planet. He lived to about 13. Whoa. His name was Bandicoot. He would lay on his back in your lap for hours, and just the biggest sweetheart. And we lost him just about a year ago.
Oh no!
Yeah, it was hard. So we're now talking dog, but at the moment,
if you're going to be in Idaho, you almost have to have a dog.
That's what I hear. So we're talking. So right now, there's no pets, there's no kids. It's just us.
Damn. How do I get that job?
That's why we're moving to Idaho before they could come back. No, I love my kids. I have the most amazing kids.
Right on. Jill, tell us a little bit about your channel.
Wow. Okay. So I started YesterKitchen about 2 years ago. My brain lives in the past, and I absolutely love the 40s to the 80s. And I have been studying food history pretty much all my life. And so I really wanted to start a channel, but I was always terrified. Like literally 15 years ago, I wanted to start this, and I should have, hindsight. But a couple of years ago, my the baby moved out, went to college, and I thought, well, what am I going to do now? And so that's kind of got the kick in the butt to start it. And so it's all about dishes from the 40s to the 80s. I most of the time talk about where these dishes come from. The stories behind, I'm big on the stories behind the dishes because they had to come from somewhere. And so those are the stories I tell. And I love, love, love that so many times I get comments on my videos from people that went, oh my God, my mom made this, my grandma made this. I haven't thought about this since I saw your video. And so it's turned into just a channel of like sparking so many childhood memories. And my heart is just full every time I get a comment saying, this is how we made it, or whatever. And so it's really all about the past. I don't make anything current. I don't make keto. I don't make low fat. I don't make anything but the real, authentic, full fat, real recipes.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
No. Butter makes everything better.
That's right.
Oh,
It does.
always. And I use a lot of butter.
Do you use a lot of evaporated milk?
I do, and shortening, and yeah, we have a grand old time.
Do you save all your fat, like from when you fry meats, and then use it to fry like potatoes? And
I do bacon grease sometimes, but yeah, I mean, like it all depends on what the recipe calls for, because I really try to stay true to the original recipe. I don't change a thing. And so, I mean, a lot of times I get comments like, it's too fattening. I'm like, well, I don't think you understand my channel.
Yeah, exactly. I love this. Roberta Woods, go butter. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
True.
We're team butter here.
Cheers to butter.
Team butter and Crisco right there.
Right.
Jill,
cheers.
Did you cook with your parents and grandparents when you were a kid?
Did I grow up with them?
No, did you cook with them?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I cooked with my mom all the time. She was a great cook, and is a great cook. And I just started cooking since I was like as long as I can remember. And just something about cooking is just zen to me. It's just such. I know so many people hate cooking. I love cooking. Every night I cook dinner from scratch, even though it's just me and my husband. I can't wait to get down to the kitchen and start planning and cooking. And it always involves jazz and wine. But I go off on tangents. So just like my show.
Welcome to the Tangent Channel, Jill.
So, but yes, I have been cooking forever, and I actually been to cooking school. And I'm not a certified chef because I knew I didn't want to work in a restaurant, because I kind of value my nights and weekends, and they don't get paid a lot. So I didn't take the business classes or the health classes or the things you really need to actually get certified. But I took all the classes I wanted to take. So I'm pretty versed in cooking, except my knife skills need help, but that's okay.
Oh yeah, we've done that before. Jill, what was your favorite dish when you were a kid?
Wow. Honestly,
Yeah. You can bullshit us if you want. I don't care.
Chef Boyardee beef ravioli in a can.
Nice. Yes. Still awesome to this day, is it not?
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I pass it in the market. I'm like, I really nope, not gonna do it. I should.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Thank you, Roberta, so much.
What is your earliest memory of cooking?
Wow.
I'm a hard hitter. Come on.
That's okay. I got answers.
And for Chef Boyardee, you were my hero.
It was actually probably just my mother would cook every night. Just no shortcut. She would cook every night, and so I would be there in with her, which is probably why I love the 70s so much. I mean, if you see my channel, I do a lot of 70s, and so it's just those memories that go back to the full fat dinners, but not just that. It's just like they were more hearty. They weren't quick. They took their time. They tasted so good. You smelled you smelled dinner cooking while you were doing your homework in the other room.
Right.
Or outside playing, you
you had to come home when the street lights came on, right? So
yep. And there was no cell phones, nothing. It was like,
right, Facebook, what is that? Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was an awesome time. Well, I'm a girl. I didn't get dirty.
Oh.
But that's okay. You're supposed to.
I remember my mom, you're going right to the shower, young man. What is your favorite memory of cooking?
Wow.
Chef Boyardee. I'm just,
hashtag. You know what? The first dish I ever came up with is probably I called it Pioneer Stew. I don't know why. I took beef broth in a pot and put in beef jerky and let it simmer for a while. And then I would pour it in a bowl. I was like a little kid and put potato chips on top. It was,
cool.
You know what? I haven't thought about that in years. I think I'm going to make some. I added something else that I don't remember, but that's like when when you just said that, that just sparked in my head. God, remember that Pioneer stew? And so, yeah.
It sounds cool, actually. That really does.
I make up recipes to this day all the time.
Do you?
Yeah, I never use, unless I'm doing my show, I never use recipes.
Well, let's talk about that. When you're doing your show, I envision you just with like 15 cookbooks from between 1935 and 85, right? And you're just like,
Hundreds.
what am I going to make today? Oh, there we
Exactly.
go. Or eeny, meeny, miny, mo, or a dart or something, right?
Yep. So I read cookbooks like people read books. And that's kind of how I catch everything. And I find these obscure little food fads that were going on that no one really knows about, or the big ones, like beef stroganoff or pineapple upside down cake or something like that. But I literally just start reading books. And then as I find things, I go, oh, that would make a cool show. I would just tab it. So I have hundreds of books, all with little tabs all over the place. So, and I plan my shows a month in it. Actually, what I'm uploading right now is for April. That's how far in advance I am.
Holy crap.
Yeah, I'm a glutton for punishment.
No, that's cool. That's way
So
cool.
So it gives me a lot of time to really think through. Oh, I froze. It gives me a lot of time to really think through what I want, because I really want things people are going to not only be interested in, but things people are going to make, because that's like what it's all about, right? Like this is like literally history. It's history. And to be able to, eat history or drink history. I mean, it's just,
How about that?
yeah, right. I will drink to that. And my biggest thing is that I really, as we progress as a society and time, whatever, I don't want these classics to get lost. And so preserving these recipes, or at least on my little channel, saying, hey, they're still here, they're still awesome, and here's where they even came from. That's that it's just awesome. It just makes it makes my heart sing.
Can you share like a really just one of the most I guess like mind-blowing stories, backstories to one of your recipes?
Sure. Actually, this is from one of my favorite stories is from my very first video. So it's Thousand Island dressing, of all things. And you can go back and watch it. It's hilarious because I had horrible drapes. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just, it's bad, but the story is amazing. So back in, I have so many dates floating in my head. It was around 1908. There was a couple in, nachos is a good one. So there was a couple in upstate New York, and they ran a bed and breakfast. And the wife would make all the meals and run the inn, and the husband would give fishing tours. And one day, this couple came, 1908, don't forget the year, they came to do the fishing tour, and they came up to dinner. And so her name was Sophia, the wife. And it was George and Sophia Lalonde. And Sophia served them dinner, and she first brought them a salad. And it was topped with her just made up dressing. No one knew what Thousand Island dressing was at the time. It was just this random dressing. And it turns out that the couple that was there to have dinner, the woman, what her name was, May something. I can't remember. Watch the video. Anyway, she was a massive, think of the biggest movie star today. That was her at the time. And I have so many factoids going in my head that sometimes they don't always come to the surface. But she was actually credited with the very first on-screen kiss, which was like, oh my God, back in the time, because no one's ever kissed on screen before. So that's who was there for dinner. And she's like, oh my God, what is this dressing sauce thing, And she said, it's just this dressing I make. And she goes, well, can I have the recipe? And so she gave her the recipe, and she wrote it down on a postcard. And I think I showed the postcard, but I have it. Anyway, so it turns out they were done with their vacation. They went back to New York, which is where they lived. And they went to the Waldorf Astoria, where she happened to be best friends with the guy that owned it, of course, because, she's like superstar. And she said, You've got to try this dressing. And so he made it, and he loved it, and he gave it to his maitre d', his name was Oscar Cherky, and he was very, very, very well known. I mean, super well known. He's actually was known as Oscar of the Waldorf. And so he knew everybody. So he was responsible for putting the dressing on the menu and said, well, we need a name. Where did you get this from? And I said, well, this bed and breakfast up in the Thousand Islands somewhere. Right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, and that's where the name came from. And they started serving it, and it got insanely popular. And it just started spreading through the country. And that's my favorite story.
That is pretty cool. That's
there's
really,
a lot of cool
really
stories, but that's number one.
That is
I'd like
cool.
to know where the bologna cake story is. Like,
Is there a movie he goes like, go get the bologna cake out of the freezer?
go get the bologna cake.
Yeah, just bologna and cream
Auntie.
cheese. Not a this episode.
Yeah.
We're having a bologna cake for your birthday, son.
Right?
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Cut into that bologna and cream cheese. Actually, Keith Pettig's on here, and that's what I'm going to get him for his birthday next year is bologna and cream cheese.
Excellent.
He's going to probably flip me off. He hates cream cheese. Hi, Keith. That's nasty.
Cream cheese?
What are you cooking for the holidays?
I'm making brisket for Christmas because I actually make an awesome brisket, and I normally make it for Hanukkah, but that's a good story too. Thank you, Dano. I promised my son that I would make it no matter what because they love my brisket. So I'm doing brisket. I'm actually doing potatoes Delmonico.
Nice.
I'm going to do your classic green bean casserole, which I have a video on of where it came from. And I'm probably going to do my dump cake for dessert because we're over pie, which I have another video on. Go figure. I actually thought I'm going to just kind of do my recipes this year. So, and then I'm big. Our family is big on appetizers. We love our appetizers. So normally we always start with a million appetizers and snacks, and we're too full for dinner, but we do it anyway. So yeah,
right? What it's all about. That and this right here, right? What is so? Say Jill and her husband are just hanging out. And it's like, what are we gonna do tonight? Or Jill's hanging out, waiting for husband to come home. What's your go-to dish? If you just like, I got to make dinner. What the hell?
Well, I never do that.
Okay.
I make tacos are great. You know what? I just don't. I'm trying to think of what like my go-to is because it's something I make great pasta sauce. So I do pasta. What else do I do? Oh, I love to do filet mignon. I love to do scampi. I love to do scallops ceviche. See, I don't really cook. I don't cook super retro when I'm not filming. I'm actually cook pretty healthy, but except for the holidays. But yeah, a lot of seafood. My husband's big on red meat, so I try to get his steaks in. I'm like, I don't barbecue a lot unless it's tri-tip. We do a lot of tri-tip out here in California. That's a big thing.
Well, that's good stuff right there.
It is.
And I do.
We were out 7 years ago for my friend Kelly's birthday, and her sister lives in Agua Dulce, and they did tri-tip.
Yep.
And
It's
him,
good.
her sister's husband is captain of some fire department in Hollywood. And he's like, we tri-tip all the time here now in California.
Oh yeah. I was actually really surprised that tri-tip is not an everywhere thing.
Yeah, I just cooked with it last week. I got a freezer full.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And I think it's great to cook with.
It's easy.
Very forgiving. Yeah.
It's very easy. But I do cook. I'm in the kitchen every day making something. It's just my happy place.
This is funny. Tri-tip is the California state.
Yes. See, Roberta's been with me a long time too.
That's great to have people like that.
It's nice to see new people and then people I know. It's hard to watch the chat and talk, but I appreciate all the comments. So much.
More of these and you'll have no problem whatsoever.
I'm working on this. Is solid vodka.
Yeah, I'm out of hot water, so I'm going to switch to White Russians, but that's all right. you got, like I said, I imagine you with like 15, 20 or 1,000 cookbooks. Do you have one that is your favorite of them all, or?
I do, and I brought it with me.
Nice.
This is what started. This is what gave me the kick in the butt. Hold on, looking for the camera. There. 1949, the Ford Treasury favorite restaurants and famous eating places. Look how many tabs I have.
Wow.
This is what I mean when I tab my books. This book is gold. It's I found it. I was in Kernville, California. We were up there for the weekend, and they have a lot of antique stores. And I was going through antique stores, and this book was sitting way in the corner, in some obscure corner. And for whatever reason, it caught my eye, and I picked it up, and all of a sudden I feel this whoosh, like, oh my God. And I just sat on the floor right there and started reading it. And this just sparked so much of like, people don't know. These are the things that are, and this is actually restaurants from the 40s that it's actually a guidebook that the Ford Motor Company put out, that because there was a lot of car travel there right back then. And so as you're traveling along, go to this restaurant, go to this restaurant, and every restaurant is like their hours, like a sentence about it and a recipe from it. And so so there's your answer. Salad right there. So I can't even tell you how many cookbooks I have now. It's everywhere I go, I pick up cookbooks. I'm actually on a kick right now where I love, the contribution cookbooks, where people like from a school or a club or a church, and they all contribute recipes, make those little spiral bound books. I am addicted to those right now. So I'm pulling those from like the 70s and the 60s and like seeing what the homemakers make back then. And actually in 2021, you're going to start seeing some of those because I'm going to start celebrating the home cooks of
cool.
Retroville.
Nice. We actually have one of those from 1959 from Lewiston, Idaho.
Oh,
just south Winchester, Idaho, and it's the church put it on in 1959. And you're looking at a lot of these recipes, going, they cook with Crisco and butter and all that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it was really fascinating to see the verbiage. The verbiage was a little different.
Yes.
You're not taking somebody who's 20 years old in 1959. You're taking somebody who's 70, right? And just the way they talk, you're just kind of like, okay, I've heard of that. But
it's
the recipe
amazing.
is fantastic. My mom has a cookbook from night. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, please. I want to hear.
I think I showed it to you one time, maybe a year ago or so, or told you. My mom has a cookbook, but it's dated my birth date, 1945. I was born in 67, but it's a Betty Crocker cookbook, and it's got some of the coolest stuff in it.
Oh.
And once again, the verbiage is a little different than what we use today, but you get the gist of it, and you can go, okay, I can make that, or I've never even heard of a meat frogua pie, Isn't
it fabulous?
Yeah, it's very fascinating to look at that and just thumb through it. But unfortunately, it's starting to fall apart. So it's just kind of become a family heirloom.
Yeah, preserve that thing. That's history.
Yeah, exactly. Every once in a while, if I go out there, I'll look through it and I'll take a picture of something that might interest me, and so it's great stuff.
Awesome. That's it. That's like childhood memories right there, and that's like what I discovered I love. I didn't even think about that when I started the channel, and then when people started sharing their childhood memories with me, it was like, thank you. Like, wow, like you get like a peek inside someone's life from the past and what their house was like and what their family was like and the things their mom made. And a lot of times, like if I make a certain recipe, they'll say, my mom made this, but she did this, and I love that stuff. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for every single person that's part of YesterKitchen, because people just share so much. And it's like, it's just glorious. Absolutely glorious.
That's got to be one of the coolest feelings when somebody comes up and says, my grandma made this, or my dad, or my great grandma, or whatever, or mom, and they're long gone, and you're just like, to me, that's got to be one of the greatest feelings.
Oh yeah, that's like, well, go salute your grandma and go make it, because here's the recipe.
Yeah,
and because I didn't know how to make it. Well, now you do.
Okay, now you do, exactly, like the potato one,
That one is good.
I hadn't thought of that in 45 years, But
Isn't that fabulous?
the second I saw the square in the pan, I went, evaporates on a lot. Boy, but
I like the
Yeah.
peas and the peas and cream. That's a really good one.
Oh, cream
But
peas.
you don't hear that very often. People having peas and cream or peas and cream. Is it cream and
Yeah.
peas or peas and cream?
Creamed peas. But it's really
Those are good.
creamed vegetables, and then it's like creamed whatever it is you want. And that's actually extraordinarily 40s. And because that's like you asked about evaporated milk, that's right in that, because companies started putting out cookbooks to using their products, like the Carnation Company put out a whole cookbook in 45 that I have about their evaporated milk. And so it's like every recipe contains evaporated milk, and it's just so people will, I want to make this, I'm going to go buy evaporated milk. And the whole marketing thing started really launching. It launched huge in the 50s, but it started launching in the 30s, 40s. And before that, it was in the print, in the 1800s and the early 1900s. And it's just, food history is just amazing. It says so much about us as a culture and how we've grown.
it is a story of us, I think.
And it's edible.
Yeah, that and alcohol, and I'm actually serious. I think alcohol is too. Is a lot of the story of us. Yep,
America was based on booze.
it was actually.
It was.
Yeah.
I have this extraordinary cookbook from 1922, and I'm actually going to do a little series on it later. But it was written by a guy. It wasn't really written. He reached out. It's called the Stag Cookbook. And he reached out to very prominent men in 1922 and asked them what the favorite dish was and what the recipe was.
Excuse me.
It happens. And so there's a recipe from Woodrow Wilson in there. There's recipes from directors, from other politicians, just everyone of the day.
Cool.
And there's a reason I was telling you this. I don't remember what you said before. I'm starting to drink my martini.
America was based on booze.
So much more. So there's one recipe. So remember, it's 1922, so we're during Prohibition. So there's one recipe, and it was for a spaghetti sauce. And the guy said, well, it really needs a cup of white wine. So if you can find it, use it. But blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, that's history. Like, it's amazing.
Yeah.
You don't really, and you don't really think about it,
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
cool.
I'm doing good so far, but I may give you a call.
Yeah, I need one too.
My refill, but look, I'm doing okay.
That's funny.
He's so good to me.
Oh, Chef Kitchen. We have so many people on here. This is awesome. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. Got my normal crew and so many other folks. This is awesome.
I brought my crew.
You did? Yeah.
You all need to start watching Mike because his Wednesdays are awesome.
It's kind of like the start. I was thinking about it a couple weeks ago. It's like the start of the week, right? You got Sunday, there's a show. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, there's nothing. And on Wednesday, there's a show. It's mine. And there's another guy running at the same time. And then you've got the hot seat on Thursday. And Friday is, Ryan from the UK. He's got his show on Friday. What a nice guy.
He's a great guy.
Yeah, and it's just like kicks that.
Harita,
right?
Oh, Harita's here.
Harita.
Oh, I saw you last week.
Yeah.
Yep, she was on last week.
She was.
I was spying last week to see what I was in for.
That's all right. What is your oldest cookbook?
It's from the 1800s. I'm thinking like it was like maybe about 1840 or something. It's literally held together by a string. That's really not my decade, so I'll never do anything from it. But it's amazing because literally they have recipes like take a possum and put him in a pot and then throw some onions in it. So talk about how you were talking about, how they word recipes, Mike. So yeah, this is literally like, I don't have a possum and I don't think I want one. So that's recipe.
Kill the skunk. Cut the stink thing out.
Yeah.
No. Thank you.
But it's amazing to read because it's like I said, it's history, and it's way better than reading a history book. It's like food. Yeah. Come on.
Absolutely. That's interesting. That you got one that old. I mean, I would put that one on the shelf. And
it was actually a gift from my son and daughter-in-law like a few Christmases ago, and
That's
yeah,
cool.
it's in a very safe place.
Just think of the history that thing's seen.
Right? But
How many
you know,
people have held it?
the coolest thing is when I get a cookbook and I open it up, and the first thing is some inscription saying to so and so, enjoy the recipes for, and it's like and it's mine now, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm holding someone's past, you know? And it's oh yeah, no turtles.
I took pass on that one too, but I heard it's good.
But yeah, there's certain things I can't, and turtle is one of them because they're so dark.
It's like a family Bible, though, right? My step grandma has a family Bible that dates back to the Revolutionary War. You know, and
Whoa.
it's
It's so cool.
passed down.
That
to
is really
everybody
cool.
wrote something. This is going to so and so, and then that generation, this is going to so and so. It's just
How
really
cool.
cool to see that.
That's that's
But
everything.
it's the same
you know?
idea, right? Cookbooks
It's
get passed
so
down.
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
It's so much. So that's why I just love talking about the past and the chat and the memories and the food and
And
why
food,
we ate the food we did when we did, you know?
that's the cool thing about food, though, is the smell and the taste are. It's like hearing an old song, right? It just
Yep.
brings back memories, and you're just like, oh my
Taste
god,
is one of your biggest, smell too, one of your biggest memory triggers. And
it's
it's
like,
like, you know,
oh, it
you're
takes
like,
me
oh
right
yeah.
back to 1973 when I made the hamburger steak. I hadn't had that in
Yeah.
years, but I hit my stepdad up for the recipe, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I put this." Yeah, it took me right back to Cheney, Washington, man.
Isn't it amazing?
Yeah,
I mean, like everyone here that's, you know, on the chat there, you all have a dish that's like, oh my God, this brings me right back. And that's just the beautiful, beautiful thing about this. And that's why I do what I do.
Oh, recipes with Risa. I just made a water pie. What the heck is a water pie?
Oh, that's from from World War II, from all the food rations, because they didn't have, you know, it was really hard to make. No, wait, that was from the Depression. Sorry, Risa, that was from the Depression.
Whoa.
Because they didn't
I'd
have
be
the money to
depressed
buy
too. A water pie? What's in a
Actually,
water pie?
it's actually not as
Like
it's not,
tadpoles and water
not like a
skillet.
bowl of water. I can't remember
No,
what
I'm full. No thanks.
I can't remember what you
Thanks,
add.
Grandma.
You put
Yeah,
something in the
right.
water and it solidifies, and it's kind of
So like
comes out like a custard
Jello?
pie.
Is it Jello pie? What is it? Gelatin?
See, I don't have every single recipe memorized. But I
Like
think
how
water
else
pie
would you
is.
make a water?
Well, damn you,
Yeah.
Jill! You were supposed to. That's what we talked about.
I'm out of here. I'm just gonna
Better do your
drink.
homework. Come back.
It is from the
Come back next week.
Depression. Look at that.
Ooh, or chata pie would be good.
Horchata, I love
Yum.
horchata.
Yes.
My grand, the first thing you brought up, I'm making a white Russian, sorry. You brought up gelatin, right? And my grandpa, the one that I was telling you about earlier, Jill, that I found his picture today. He hated, and I know that's a strong word to use, but he hated Jello,
Huh.
and I don't know why. I'm guessing it had something probably to do with something back in the 30s and 40s that they had to eat because he was hopping trains and trying to find work and poor. So
It could be.
could be why. I don't.
I mean, there's also the texture thing, because Jello has a very specific texture. And so, it's like cilantro. You love it or you hate it,
We're going to ask you that later.
Speaking of which,
Okay, we're behind me.
I'm sorry, I don't even I see this much of a sign.
I know it's not working for me.
Oh,
And I'm not sure how to
sorry.
get this going, but anyhow, we have this right here. Team cilantro, yes or no? And that's an official question we will ask.
Yes.
oh no.
Yeah, girl is still with Coleman.
I actually just did a episode on, remember the old school shrimp toasts from the Chinese restaurants in the 70s? And there's cilantro in there. And I kind of said, if you're a cilantro hater, use parsley. But I love cilantro.
Don't give me any hints yet. Come on, that's an official question. I ask everybody.
That is my official answer. I love it.
No!
Ah!
Team
I really
cilantro
love
is in the lead. Yes.
Wah,
Hell yeah.
wah.
Beef cilantro was fine.
I like
All right. We'll give us your official.
Sad trombone.
give me one big why.
Cheers, guys. Yes. Thank you so much, Jill.
What are you guys
Make
up
guacamole
to?
without cilantro.
Are we
Which,
up,
by the
are
way,
you
I do
guys
make all the time.
are you guys up 2 or 3?
We're up 1.
Oh, woo, okay
And
then.
this is the last episode of the year with a guest.
All
Cilantro 1, and it's all to
right, I
Jill.
gotta work on another guest for next week.
Jill won the Golden White Russian. Should be an award, right?
Yeah.
Hail
I'm watching.
cilantro. It's funny.
No, yes.
Hail cilantro. We got Rick from Rick's Barbecue and Especially. What's up, my brother? Rick's awesome.
Yeah.
Roberta says yes, cilantro. I mean, geez, this was
Girl.
fine. It's funny how you either like it or you don't. It's
Totally.
crazy.
Totally. It's like some people say it tastes like soap. And I guess if you don't think it tastes like soap, you like it. I don't know.
Hey, we got a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Go ahead.
Go, no,
I was just gonna read Hobie's Hobie's Garage Barbecue. Question: if you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Well, I do have a superpower, and it's cooking.
Oh.
But seriously, I think it would be awesome to be able to have like the invisibility cloak
Oh yes.
and like stalk people.
You don't like cilantro? Boom.
Right?
Oh, where the hell did that come from?
Pull the rug right out of underneath them.
If I just get a whole bunch of people and one side doesn't like cilantro, and
I just don't know how you could possibly have guacamole without cilantro.
Oh,
I
can have it. I can have it all day long.
When my daughter was a kid, I convinced her that guacamole came from a bird called a guac bird.
Poor thing.
And she's like,
That's
how
awesome.
does that work? I go, it goes guac.
Oh my God.
Gross.
Isn't it awesome what you can convince your kids of? I convinced my kids. I had eyes in the back of my head. Because we were driving, when I'd see them in the rearview mirror, I'd see you do that. Oh my gosh, you can see us, Kids are awesome.
That's funny.
Things we did to our kids.
They're awesome.
Mine would be running around all crazy at the check stand in the like when you're grocery shopping, and so to get them to stay right there while I was like writing my check. That was back in the days when you wrote checks, for groceries. I'm sitting there writing my check, and I'd make them stand, like hold the counter up. I'd say, "You better hold this counter up so it doesn't fall down while we wait." Okay, so they're really holding the counter. Yeah, the kids are.
And then they get older.
It's gonna fall.
Yes,
and they're like,
get older.
"It's not gonna fall, Mom."
Yes, it will. I need your help.
Yes. Right.
Kids are awesome. Kids are awesome. Thank you, Rick. I have not done lemon meringue pie yet, but I'll tell you what, I have a massive stack of requests, and I am going to write it down right now. So here's my thing. If I know how to, I have a great lemon pie recipe. If I can grab enough to make an episode, I will. So I will, and actually, I always like to give credit where credit is due. So down on Spit Patio. I'm putting it down right now. Because I gave it a please. That's why I do this.
So I missed a question from Harita. So I backtracked. Yeah. Harita says, do you have recipes from the Great Depression era? I've heard of the water pie. So I'm assuming you have others.
I have 2 recipes right now up there. One is called Victory Meat Patties, which was our version of the cheeseburger. And I go into why they're called Victory Meat Patties and not cheeseburgers. And then I do another one called Tamale Pie.
Ooh.
And both of them are fabulous. And they're straight out of the Depression, World War. No, I'm sorry. Wait, were we talking World War II or Depression?
Depression.
Okay, so I'm sorry. I backtracked. Those were World War II. Depression, I have one recipe. And actually, another thing people do is they share their family recipes with me, which is like, thank you. There's not enough words
That's
to say.
The ultimate reward right there.
So someone shared her grandmother's recipe for something called poor man's meal. which I did. So you can find it on my channel, and it's actually tastes just like beefaroni, but it's
Oh,
straight out of the Depression. And I actually show a picture of her grandfather or grandmother. I'm sorry, I have so many videos up there, but it's either grandfather or grandmother. And I show their picture and I make the recipe, and actually it's really good.
yum.
And so my plan is to do some more Depression and World War II food ration dishes in the new year. But like I said, I'm already up to April, so I've got to figure something out.
Yeah. Throw
After
some
this show,
beans.
you might be
Throw some
busy.
beans on.
Exactly.
It shouldn't be
Victory
too hard.
beans right here.
Right.
It's actually
Do-do-do-do.
really interesting why they call things victory and freedom, like freedom fries and victory meat patty.
Aw.
And I want you to go on there and look at it. But it's like really the stories are cool. The stories
So
are really
no murder burgers back then,
no
Mike.
murder partners.
No,
No, they
that's
were
a
very,
joke
very
between Monica and I. Onion flings.
Yeah. Busta caps.
Darnell wants to know if you had to cook one last dish, what would it be?
Wow, Darnell.
Yeah, that's
Wow. That's a serious question.
how big can this dish be?
That's I know, right? Man, one last dish.
Gosh.
Give me a minute to think about that, because
We'll
that's a
come back
pretty
to
big
it.
question.
What about you, Mike?
Yeah.
What about you, Mike? What would the last dish you would ever make?
I don't come back to that one as well. That's a tough one.
Hmm.
Several dishes come to mind, but it's just like I don't know.
It
That's
may be my brisket just because my kids love it. And at the end of the day, I'm a wife and mother, and I want to make my family happy. And I've been making or eating and making this for years. So it might be that, or it might be some good old jalapeno bacon mac and cheese,
There you go.
because that's pretty good.
Oh, I
Go
hear
out and
love.
smile.
That's what I hear. I hear
Go out with
love.
a burn.
Like, you wanna leave a legacy of love, and you show love through your cooking.
My world is love. Everything. Love and gratitude.
Obi
Totally.
wants to know what the easiest dish that you can make that you could do without thinking at all.
My pasta sauce,
There
which
you
I'll never be on my show because it's my personal recipe.
There you go.
But I will give you a hint. I always add pesto to my pasta.
Oh, I love pesto.
I always add vodka.
Oh, I'm gonna drink
Yeah, hell yeah. Mm.
Oh wait, did we switch to White Russians?
We did. I don't have any more hot water. So
No more hot water.
Kind of forced to.
Mhm.
Is that a good answer?
Yeah, it's a
Like,
shame.
these are
I
good
know.
questions. I never think about this
I
stuff.
know.
I
Harita's
know.
got
Blah, blah,
yeah.
blah.
Harita's got another question. She says, "What was the first dish you ever cooked, and when was it?"
That was probably like my own as a kid, going way back to my own personal
Chef
history.
Boyardee.
Yep. Chef Boyardee in a can.
Beef ravioli.
Boyardee, isn't it?
I also loved the SpaghettiOs with the hot dogs,
Oh.
because I would eat all the SpaghettiOs first, and then I would save the hot dogs for last.
Oh, SpaghettiOs. Oh my gosh, I forgot all about them.
Oh yeah, baby.
Yes.
they smell like throw up.
Oh no, don't say
No,
that.
they don't. Oh, my.
Yeah, they
They're
do.
awesome.
Jill, I'm
My
looking
kids
for a
always
new
wanted to live.
co-host. Monica's out of here.
No, yeah, I'm gonna get no cilantro, and she thinks SpaghettiOs smell like barf. She's got to go. She gotta go now.
But that brings up another question. Is there any vegetables or meat or anything that you won't cook?
Yes.
Okay.
I won't go to veal. I don't.
No.
do veal.
Okay, I was gonna say it could be a personal question, so
No, I don't care.
suffices.
I'm an open book. I've had a lot of martini. No, I don't do veal. I actually posted on my Facebook group. I said, the more martini I'm going to drink, the more real I'm going to get. So you might want to be in on this, because when you put it on my show, I'm nice and proper and everything, right? But this is the real me.
That was funny.
And like stuff like we talked about turtles and stuff, I can't. They're too cute, you know. Or
I
a lot
know.
of the game meats, probably not. I'm very very strict. Well, like I'll do venison, but like not like, and wild boar I'll do, but
Hmm.
like possums will not. We're not going to go there.
Wild boar is like bacon, right? Bacon and wild boar. Would that be
And
the
I
same?
do make my own bacon.
Ooh.
But I'll never do that on my show. That's like, this is like my private. I make my own bacon. I cure my own salmon.
Yum.
Nice.
Oh. And could we talk about my radio show? I'm
Let's
That
do
is
it.
coming up. That is coming up.
Is it coming up? Okay, I'm sorry.
All right. No. You're fine. Let's get into it.
You're in charge,
You
Mike.
have a radio.
I'm just going to
No,
serve.
you have a radio show.
I have a
And
radio
you
show.
interviewed. No, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. You tell us. Tell us about your radio show.
Okay, so it kind of happened kind of crazy. It's starting. My first show is going to be December 27th. So what happened was I used to be in corporate America, and I spent 10 years at the Guitar Center. If you know that company, I think they're in bankruptcy right
They're
now.
in bankruptcy.
But this was a long time ago, and I worked there for 10 years. And actually, I was an IT geek, if you can believe that. Which don't. So anyway, so while I was there was a guy that worked there by the name of Jack Sani, and Jack used to be in this little known. Thank you, Risa. He used to be in this little known band called Dire Straits. Have you heard of that?
A little one. We might have.
But I think when you worked there, you probably got your money for nothing.
Just for free, right?
Yeah.
So I haven't talked to him in years, but we were friends on Facebook. And so one day I just got this inspiration to reach out to him and say, can I interview you? I have this YouTube channel, and like, I know it's retro, but you were in Live Aid, and that was the 80s, so we can have the retro tie-in, right? Always got an angle. And he wrote back and went, yes. So then I'm like, oh crap, what do I do now? Because I've never interviewed him before. So we did the interview. It's actually uploaded, and it's going to be the very first episode of YesterKitchen for 2021, which is going to be on January 2nd. So it's actually, he's the coolest guy. He literally was a rock star, right? I mean, so anyway, while we were talking, he said, well, I'm starting a radio station, and I love your channel, and would you be interested in having a show on my radio station? And I'm like, of course I'm going to say yes. And then again, oh crap, what do I do now? You know, because I've never done anything like this. So, so there's a radio station, internet radio station called Live 365. And actually it's up now. So if you want to go listen to him, it's Jack Sani Radio. And they play a lot of just really cool stuff. On Sundays is my time slot, Pacific time, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Right now, they're just kind of playing audios of my YesterKitchen shows until I have my actual show. But now that I have radio, I have the license to play music. So I can do anything I want. So I'm going to do whatever I happen to be talking about that week. I'll be spinning music from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. And it'll be kind of like YesterKitchen on steroids, because we're going to be talking about, I'm going to, you know, I'm not even sure what I'm going to do yet, but it's going to be amazing. And it's going to be like expanded on what I do here. And I'm not letting go of YouTube. I love doing this. So I'm going to have a YouTube channel and a radio show.
It'll follow you too, right?
I'm sorry?
It'll follow you too, right?
I hope so.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
I don't see why not.
I got internet where you're going, right?
Right, exactly. Everywhere I go. Yep. Actually, yeah. So I'm totally excited, and I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but it's going to happen.
Some loser out there said Dawkin.
Dawkin.
I don't know who this Timothy Jackson guy is, but he reminds me of my uncle Timothy Jackson.
Okay, so we know Timothy.
Loser. No,
Dawkin is rocked.
Dawkin is rocking, yeah. He actually, my Uncle Tim, that's my Uncle Tim. I love the guy. Taught me everything I know about girls.
Uh-oh.
And he used to live here in Boise, and he was like, he's 7 or 8 years older. But he lived in Manhattan Beach, and I think his neighbor was Ronnie James Dio. I think.
No.
Oh, wow.
Was it Ronnie James Dio, Tim?
Seriously?
No. Or was it Dawkin? Don Dawkin. One of the two.
Oh my God. I'm
Yeah.
impressed. Either one.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like, yeah. So yeah. So it's like totally excited.
Hey, so
So you-
is this yeah, Chef Adventures wants to know if it's a podcast or if it's like an actual live
No,
streaming
it's a live
radio.
stream radio show,
That's
which means I
cool.
can't screw up.
Or
I
you
probably
can.
will. I'm gonna talk for an hour. We're gonna spin some tunes. Oh, really?
that was his next door neighbor, literally.
That's so
He's
cool.
actually a nice guy. Really
That's
was.
so cool.
That's awesome.
No, it's gonna be live, and once it's gone, it's gone.
No.
So 4 p.m. Pacific time, starting the 27th of December.
Okay.
So, and
And-
which is perfect because then I'm going to air Jack's interview on the 2nd.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. So you're going to, and this actually is a great segue into a question towards the end. Your social media. You'll obviously blast this on your social media. I would.
I am.
Okay.
Oh, I
And
definitely
we can find you at.
am. You can find me on
on-
Facebook under YesterKitchen. Actually, there's a link to my YesterKitchen Facebook in pretty much any of the newer videos.
Okay.
Hop on there, join, be part of it, post stuff. I love when people post stuff. Oh, thank you, Rick.
Right on, Rick. Rick's awesome. Love Rick. Cool. I will
Join the
definitely have to do that because I'm usually just about that time for me on Sundays. I'm just finishing up either cooking or thinking about my next video. So perfect. I'll just turn it on and go, I know this gal. I'm going to call in. Harass her.
So I won't have call-ins yet,
Ah,
but you will be able to harass me, I promise, eventually.
So where do you take your
Just do it
special requests on Facebook, or where should we send those?
Yes, on Facebook. Yes. Join my Facebook group.
Good.
You can message me there, and yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Totally.
Yeah.
I absolutely love hearing from everybody.
Good.
that's cool.
And yeah, cool things
I'm
will happen.
kind of jealous, but no, I'm kidding. That's awesome. I
We'll
love
be
Chicago.
rooting,
So
yep.
old Chicago.
Oh,
All about, man.
awful Chicago.
Anything from
gotta get-
Chicago 1, 2, and 8, I am down.
So if you go on my Facebook group, I created 3 playlists, huge playlists for my radio show, and I sent them off to the radio station. But one of the stations I asked for requests, and everyone that requested anything, I added to the playlist, and it's on my Facebook group. You can listen to it anytime you want. It's like 3-4 hours worth of music. I'm constantly updating it. So if you want to request more, let me know. I will add your favorite tunes and Dockin. I don't have any Dockin on there.
Docking is rocking.
Dockin is rocking. So I know a lot more than food. I really do know a lot about the music, from especially
so
the 70s and 80s. And so it's so exciting that I can, because you can't play music on YouTube, right? You're going to get a licensing. And I can on the radio.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, exactly.
And I wasn't even the one playing the music.
You get some Deep Purple. You gotta get some Deep Purple in there.
Purple. Absolutely love Deep Purple. Yeah, we're going to get into like all kinds of things. All
Have
kinds of
fun. Peter Gabriel.
yes. Yes. Genesis.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
Jill, have you ever cooked something and you're thinking, oh, this is going to be great, and it just turns out, blah.
Yes.
Yeah. I think we all have, right?
Of
I,
course.
I love hearing these stories.
Oh man. So the first thing that comes to mind is the loose meat sandwich, which is actually a classic icon in Iowa. And it's where the sloppy Joe came from.
Oh.
So it's literally, instead of making a patty, it's ground beef on a bun with maybe a couple pickles.
Huh.
And so a few years ago, I thought, when the kids were still home, I'm like, I'm going to make these. We're going to have some history, because I've always been
I don't have them.
I'm sorry. I'm reading the question. So I made these, and no one liked them.
I've done that before.
But it turns out the sloppy Joe is like almost my number one video. So apparently the loose meat sandwich gave way to something pretty awesome.
That's funny.
But yeah, they were like, I just don't like this. I'm like, it's okay. Like, you rarely say that, so I'm good.
Tim, who was on here, my uncle, My mom made, and I reference it in my hamburger steak gravy.
I
Uh,
saw that one, by the way. It was
tuna
fabulous.
fish, no, tuna casserole with peas, and he was
Tuna
there.
noodle
It was
casserole.
nasty,
Aw.
and it sounds delicious the way you think about putting it together, but I can still taste it to this day.
Oh, well then don't watch my tuna noodle casserole video because it'll
I
ruin it
love tuna
for you.
casserole, but
Oh,
for
Yeah,
then
whatever
this
reason,
is
my
just
mom
tuna
pushes
and
the hell out of
peas.
it.
it's un-American if you don't like
No,
it.
I love it. Tuna
You have
casserole rocks, man. Love it.
it's like the quintessential dish of the 50s.
Yeah. Hope my mom's not watching. She'd be like, "How come you liked it? You know it." No, I didn't, Mom. Went to the
Oh my
neighbors and
God, I
ate.
say that to my kids. You loved it. No, I didn't, Mom. Well, I guess you have different
You had it
memories.
before and you liked it. No, no, did
Kids.
not.
Tell
Have you ever met any? Oh no, here's a question. Who is your favorite celebrity chef
Graham
aside
Care.
from me?
Besides you, it's a tough one, but it's Graham Care, the Galloping Gourmet out of the 1970s. That is actually my inspiration.
Is it okay?
I love Julia Child,
Hmm.
but Graham Care. Oh my God, he would come on. He would be on stage and jump around and drink wine and get all drunk and cook for you. And tell
Right up our
stories.
alley.
Oh man, right up our alley. So yeah, he was 100%, 100% my favorite. I used to watch him when I was like, I don't know, 8, 9, 10. I don't know.
Right.
But yeah. Aw, cute
Okay.
huggy.
That was going to be my next question. Is greatest influence? So
Same thing.
that's
Yeah.
cool.
It's just like something about the 70s cooking shows. They're nothing like the Food Network shows. The Food Network
Correct.
shows are great. Don't get me wrong. But something about them, they were just so genuine, and so real. And
They
they
drank on
filmed
them.
the mistakes
They
and they
smoked on them.
and they
All this.
smoked on
Yeah.
stage.
Yeah.
They're smoking and
Exactly.
making a pot roast. I mean,
Exactly. Like my
you know?
grandma over the stove with a cigarette and the ashes about that long, cooking away. My
Glorious.
grandpa's got a spatula
Absolutely.
going like this.
Yeah.
Yep, the good old days, right?
Good old days, right? Where you couldn't do anything wrong.
Yeah. But I mean, but today's I find is so polished, right? Where back then they were not.
They were not. But that was
Yeah,
part of their charm.
correct. And I think
Maybe
that
not back then, but how many women were like falling over themselves for Graham Care, for the Galloping Gourmet? When they pan the audience, the men are in suits, the women are in dresses, they're all
correct.
prim and proper, yeah,
Yep,
yeah, exactly.
exactly. Here is a question for you.
Yes, they did and guess what? I will be doing recipes on my radio show.
That's cool. I was going to ask that. That is awesome.
100%. 100%. We're going to focus on one decade every show, and I'll focus on a dish like I do on my channel. But then we're going to get into like some of the darker stories of the decade, which is something I don't want to do on YouTube, but I can do on the radio because it's going to be
Video.
gone.
Yeah. you know, I have a fetish. I like to watch Julia Child.
Mm.
I really do. And there's just something
Yes,
about it.
it's-
It's unpolished. I love
She put it
unpolished.
out there.
She did. She's just like, this is how it
She
is.
was great.
I'm
I mean,
waiting for her to drop a derogatory slang, when you listen to her. But I mean, she
yeah,
doesn't, but you just expect it, right?
right.
It's so much like my grandparents because
My
she's that
God.
generation, right?
My favorite line, if you don't like butter, use cream. I mean, come on.
Exactly.
You
It's just
know?
straightforward. You either love me or you don't.
Right?
Let's,
And
let's
everyone
move
loved
on.
her.
Yeah.
God, you got this like 6-foot woman with a deep voice who knows how to cook, and
Oh
she's
yeah.
just like, yeah,
There was no
she's
bullshit.
absolute no bullshit,
Yeah.
absolute treasure,
Yeah.
absolute treasure.
That's who I am. Watch me or not. Right.
Exactly.
I actually watched the commercial for the first time, the Orson Welles commercial where he's doing the Chianti, I think, something like that, and he is hammered. Have you ever seen that? You have to Google. God,
No, but I'm writing it down.
it is funny. He's just like, and I was just sitting here drinking a wine, and this couple, like, they're dressed in the '70s, and they're just like watching him. You can tell he's hammered. And that boy had been drinking.
Love it.
I wouldn't know anything
And
about that.
and it was okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, keep drinking, Mike. You'll be fine.
Have another White Russian.
Yeah.
Monica, where's your drink? Or do you not drink?
Well, yeah, I was running a little late, so all I have
Okay.
is a root beer. Oh.
Hey, A&W, there's nothing wrong with that.
Something
Jill?
to wet the whistle. Hey,
Jill, I
so
need a new co-host. Good gosh,
I
Monica.
know. I'm just like I'm
Seriously?
all over the place.
I've even handed you White Russian.
Hurry, give her a break. I've got you back.
Yeah,
Monica.
you were supposed to
Monica's
make me one and
I
hand it
know.
off to me.
There you go. Now, when we first started the show, I would make a White Russian and go like this, right?
And then I'd pull it out. Oh, thank
Yeah,
you.
and then
Oh, I love it. Oh, that's so cool. My
Yeah, we
husband
actually-
loves questions.
So, let's see here. Or Darnell wants to know how you feel about dude's jellies. Were you
the guy
around for
last
that?
week, dude jellies. And I'm not. I don't.
Are those the shoes that like really the
Yeah.
girls wore in the 80s?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Well,
and
and
now
the dude wore in the Big
And then
Lebowski.
the Big Lebowski also.
Okay.
wore them.
I-
Apparently.
I feel like if you need your foot covered and you prefer jellies, and there you go.
They're comfort.
And I was thinking I would think that they would look a lot more steamy on a guy.
You
than-
know what?
than
I
they did
don't.
on girls.
You know what? If
I
you're
had
22, if you're 22, maybe, but at 53, whatever's comfortable you wear, you don't give a damn.
No, you don't go.
It'd be like saucy,
Am I allowed to say that?
saucy shoes.
Fuck that, man. I ain't
I
wearing
would
that.
never say that on my
Those
channel,
suck.
but fuck that.
It's allowed on this
Seriously,
show, but
Jellies
not
always
yours.
gave me blisters when I was young. I'd wear them and I get blisters on my feet.
I'd be like,
Right?
"Fuck that, I ain't wearing that, mom."
I had the jelly shoes with the leggings and the long sweater, right?
Yep,
Mm.
yep. And then the sweater be hanging off to one side.
Oh, you had to have the flash dance look. Totally.
Right.
Totally.
Got
Oh.
it right.
Valley
But-
girl.
I have no problem with jellies because I do not judge anyone. If you're not like killing people and hurting people, then I have no judgment. Wear your jellies and be proud.
Exactly.
You
Thank
do
you.
it. Do
As long-
jellies.
Yeah, as
Do
long as they're
jelly.
hurting somebody, who cares? Do it.
Right?
Yeah.
Do your thing, man. Do your thing.
That's right.
Be
What
who
is
you
it?
are.
Yeah. Fucking A.
Fuck it, eh?
Fucking A. All
Oh
right.
my
So when
God.
you're, this is great. This is great. I can do this all night.
Because there's
When you film, right now I'm really like relaxed, just kick back. Right? Probably can't hear me. When you film,
He's gonna fall out of his chair pretty soon.
Yep. when,
okay, Monica, you can take over. Okay.
exactly. God, about a month ago, man, I had so many, and I was like,
Or like 50
True story.
yawns in like
I was
1
yawning.
minute.
Really?
I don't even remember the last half of the
It
show.
was crazy.
Oh, gosh.
Remember we had Mama Z on. Mama Z on. She did. What we have is open bar seating afterwards, and she came on, and I begged. My computer crashed 5 minutes before I was going to go live, and I've never really had one. Hey, where's my martini?
He's here. I have my. I'm good. Okay. I have no
So I
idea
had-
what you said, but that's okay.
I had a panic attack, and I was just like freaking out, and I had to grab my work laptop, and I'm waiting for it to fire up. So I ended up having another White Russian because I always have one right before, and I had another one that threw me off. The whole White Russian.
Oh, honey.
One extra White Russian. Shit happens, right? I moved
Shit
on. I mean,
always happens.
Yeah. I was on the hot seat with CJ the next day, and we were talking about it. And Kent from Daddy Dutch Barbecue, he's like, "Yeah, that's never happened to me." As he's holding up a bottle of whiskey, pretty common actually.
Hey,
Jill, when you do, go ahead, Monica.
Oh, Harita had another question, and she says, "What is your favorite spice and herb to use?"
Garlic salt.
For Jill. Garlic salt is the bomb. I know.
I love garlic salt. I do know my spices, and I absolutely love my spices. I grind my own dry chilies to make my own chili powder, so I love those. Cardamom I kind of did on. Basil, oregano, but I'd say that my go-to is garlic salt. Everything has garlic in it, especially because I have a husband that hates onions.
Oh,
I know, right? So I'm usually more on the garlic side. So
okay,
garlic.
I get it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't.
Do you use
it's
fresh garlic also? Fresh garlic or
I
just
use a lot of fresh garlic. Yes. Yeah.
I love it. Love it, love it, love it.
There's garlic. It's good for your heart. It's good for your soul.
there you go.
And it's
Jill, I
good
kind of want to
for
talk a little bit about
social
your editing.
distancing as well.
Yeah, very good for that.
Right.
Um, do you have somebody help you film, or is it just a one-person show? Just that's pretty much me too. Yeah.
I mean, that's how I can be so silly because there's no one there. So I can just be me. And so it's just me. Yeah. And
Okay.
so I make sure everyone's out of the house and, or my husband, like, because of COVID, I go, you got to go upstairs and don't move. And yeah. So it's
Gotcha.
just me.
And how has it affected your cooking styles at all, or anything like that?
None whatsoever. I gotta be me.
I dig that. That's cool. That's cool.
I'm actually where I live right now. I'm not in the main city. I'm very much in the suburbs. So we really don't feel COVID as much as I guess the bigger cities would.
Okay.
Um, so we, I do wear my mask when I go to the market, but other than that, like we're here and my husband has to work at home too. So we kind of work together but I'm here. This is my office.
That's
It
cool.
used to be my younger son's bedroom, but since they all moved out, I commandeered and he has his office and we kind of really don't even see each other unless we happen to cross during the day. So,
My wife and I work together too.
yeah, it's interesting, huh?
I don't mind it one bit. It is interesting at times. You're right, but for the most part, it's no biggie.
And
It's
what are you
nice
doing
about.
now? Jill, are you still in IT or no?
Oh God, no. I actually left corporate America 2 years ago. Very, very, very grateful. I do not have to go have a job.
Okay, you
This
don't
is
need
my
to
job.
rub it in. We all still are there.
I do YouTube 24/7, and now apparently I'm doing YouTube and radio
Okay.
24/7. But I
That's cool.
literally work
Good.
7 days. I've never worked harder or with
Okay.
more passion on anything in my
Have more
life.
fun, probably.
This
Isn't
is
that how it
this,
is, though? I
yeah.
mean, with my YouTube channel, I have never worked harder
Yep.
in my life, and I love every second of it.
Right. It's a lot. It's hard work.
And I'm
So
not
when
monetized yet, but it's like this is great because I'm getting there.
there's Rod. Oh, there goes Rod.
Where's my
Hi, Rod.
martini?
Yes, maybe I'm being too loud. I don't. There's no one in the house. I don't know.
Go upstairs.
That's okay. I think we're okay. So, Rod will be joining me in my very last episode of the year, and I'm totally excited because he's actually coming on camera and he's actually doing most of it. And we are making old fashioned, and we're going to smoke it. And so it's like the one time I will ever go outside of retro because they didn't have smoked old fashions back then. But I will talk about the history of old fashioned. But we've just come to absolutely love smoked old fashions. So we're going to do a New Year's Eve episode toward the end of the year and smoke the old fashioned without a smoking gun or a dome or any of that stuff. Well,
Okay.
I'll show you the way we do it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. That'll be fun. Absolutely. Do you shoot with one camera, two camera?
2 cameras. I have one on my food and one on me.
Okay. I used to do that as well, but it's
You shoot with one?
I do.
Wow. I'm
The
impressed.
hardest part is the editing with 2 for me. I find, right? So if I have got to bring 2 feeds in together to one, it's like, oh God.
I have an editor.
Oh, do you?
So I don't. I tried. I tried for 10 minutes and it didn't go well. And I went out and hired an editor. So
Okay.
I tell them
Actually,
everything to do. Like I tell them, I want text here, I want pictures here, I want you to cut here, I want you to cut here. But I bow to your awesomeness, seriously, because I just can't do it.
to me, it kind of came down to what makes more sense. Can I move the camera, or what? So what I do is I do my monologue and I film in order. I don't film out of order, but I will, I'll do cuts. Like when I did the Patty Joe, right? That was no bullshit, right? That was like take 2, And that's what I say. If I'm sitting there doing my thing, I'll go,
Oh yeah.
take two. I give myself a couple seconds and then I go.
Hmm.
But if I will actually physically stop it, I'll go cut, stop it,
Hmm.
and then move the camera to where I need it to be. Action. That's where I screw up at because
Wow.
when I did my McCove rib sandwich, I
That
did
looks so
not.
good.
I've had more people go, God, that's an interesting. I love the name, or well, how cool is that name, or things like that. But I forgot to hit record when I was actually prepping the meat. But I had stock footage from when I did ribs the exact same way 3 months ago. And so I
Yeah.
cut it in. And if you look real close, I'm wearing a different shirt and it's warm outside when I'm prepping it. Instead of having one rib, I have two all of a sudden,
Yep. I'm
So
telling you, it's not easy.
it's not.
We work it's a passion, but we work very hard.
Or you forget to turn the mic on.
Oh God, I forgot to turn my food camera on a few times. My mic, I actually got a new mic because mine was very echoey, and I heard from my people. It sounds like you're in a sound tunnel. So I got a new mic, and
You have shotgun, lapel. What kind of mic do you have?
I have a clip-on leveler mic.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and this one seems to work, but it's a lot. I didn't expect this, but another thing I didn't expect was the friends I would make who have other channels such as yourself.
Exactly.
It
Yes.
like so much wow. So much that's like I never even didn't even occur to me. And now I have friends all over the world who
Hmm.
have beautiful, amazing channels. And yeah,
Yeah.
it's
To me,
pretty
it's the people I've met. They're just
yes,
absolutely amazing. It
yes.
doesn't matter if you're into cooking, whether it be retro or barbecue, or one of my favorite channels is the Kitchen Quitters. Those guys, they do anything and everything they
I
want.
love Mitch and
I love
Philip.
Mitch. Yeah,
Oh,
they're great. Everybody in this community comes together and
it's
they're
it's
willing to help the other
amazing
person.
community.
Yeah.
Actually, Mitch emailed me just about this time last year, and he said, "Hey, we've been cleaning out some old boxes, and we found some cookbooks from 1950. Can I
That's
send
cool.
them to you?" I'm like, "Oh yes!"
Yeah,
So
hello.
I have some gifts from Mitch and Philip. It's and then I have a fan who crocheted me trivets. She
Oh, how
emailed me
cool.
one day.
How
She goes,
cool.
you shouldn't be using these trivets. You need crocheted trivets from the 70s, and I'm gonna make them for you. I have trivets. Like it's like you never know. It's
You know,
such a blessing.
That's
Such a blessing.
it is.
Like,
It blew my mind when I first got into this community. When I first started, for me, it was like a competition. It didn't take me, because I would look at, like, let's see, your channel or anybody else, that's my competition. It took me about a month to realize, no, these guys are not competition. We are
no,
partners. Yes.
there is
Just
plenty of room
because you
for
live here
every
and I live there, we're all partners.
yep. And we all
And
support each other, and we
yeah,
all yeah.
the collabs, like, speaking of Mitch did something
Yeah.
for Uncle Steve Shake, and I use Uncle Steve Shakes pretty much exclusively. And so he plugged my channel and used some of my footage, and he reached out to me. And of course you can. I appreciated that he reached out to me, but of course you
Yeah.
can
I mean,
use it.
just very kind souls with big hearts. And it's just I mean I even say like I'm so lucky to have found myself in this group. I don't know how it happened, but I'm so grateful.
Yeah. And Darnell said, "Don't." I think he's talking about Keith. That, like, don't let Keith hear you say community. It's family, and it is. It really is.
It
There,
totally is.
yeah,
It
yeah.
totally is.
Man, I'd have never have gotten on you. For me, I've always wanted two things: a cooking show and a talk show. This allowed me to do it, and everybody I've brought on, I've just got such a. I already respect everybody, but such a deeper respect for people,
Yes. It's
and I
beautiful.
and I hope
It's the
that
human
everybody
connection.
else gets that as well. You know,
So do I.
yeah.
So do I.
How about
I mean,
bloopers?
especially because
Go
they
ahead.
can see us like when they see us on our channel, we do our thing. We're just talking and doing our. There's an alarm going off. Sorry, it's not mine. I'm in the garage, so I don't know how to stop it.
Oh,
But
yeah.
hopefully
Have
they'll
another
figure it
martini, Jill. You'll never notice
out.
it.
Um, But it's
Can't
just such
imagine.
it's such a glorious thing because it's an unexpected surprise what happened with the group and the community and everything, and it's just like, well, fuck, this is pretty damn amazing,
It
you
is.
know?
It is.
Yeah.
You I've one of the questions I was going to ask, and I know you've met Judy Ann. How many YouTubers have you met? Or
Let's
I mean, just round number.
uh not a lot because where I live, I'm pretty good distance. Actually, Judy Ann lives like 10 minutes from me.
Okay, I love
So
her channel. I don't get a chance to
I do
watch it,
too.
but she's
She's
great.
a sweetheart.
Yeah.
She's an absolute sweetheart. Um, Kevin from Trap Bistro came over and
Mhm.
did a collab with me, but he actually came here, and the very next day I went there and we
Okay.
filmed episodes together. So that was glorious. Um, but then like Chef Adventures, I know my stream is stopped, so I don't know if they're still
Oh,
chatting. But
last one was Darnell that I see.
Yeah,
but
Darnell.
Yeah.
But like Chef Adventures, we actually have become friends. And
Okay.
we've done some collabs together. We've never met in person. But like I said, so my next phase of life is coming soon. And so hopefully I'll get to meet them. But so in person, not a lot, but I'm getting an error. Am I still showing for you guys?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
Absolutely.
cool. Then I'm just gonna get rid of this error. I don't know if
No Bill Gates fix.
so but hopefully, okay, so here's the deal. In May, we're moving to Idaho.
Mhm.
We're going to stay there for the summer. But because it's, like you said, Mike, way up by Canada, we're not going to be there for the winter because it's too damn cold.
Oh my God, yes.
So after the summer, we're actually looking at RVs now, big, giant diesel pushers, and we're going to be living on the road.
There you go. Come
So I
visit
can
us down here in
visit
Boise.
everybody
Yeah.
and I can do
Hooray!
shows with everybody. Like Monica, I don't know where you are, but I'm going to come to your place too.
I'm
Like
not
we're
too
just
far
gonna,
from Mike. I'm like
oh,
just down the
good.
street
About
from Mike.
15 miles from here. Yeah.
So my son went to BSU, one of my
Don't let us
twins,
miss you. Yeah.
and he graduated a couple years ago. But he lives here now, but he's moving back to Boise in January or February. So I will
Okay.
be going there. So I'm going to be so close to you guys. So we're going to be like,
Where,
I went to
where are
Boise
you at
State.
right now?
did you?
We used to say, I was in a fraternity. We'd say, come let us BSU.
I was gonna say, what fraternity? I wonder if you're my son's fraternity.
I was a teak.
Oh no,
I
he
kept
wasn't. We had teaks at our school. Nope. But right on. Greek life.
it was
I'm
fun.
sorry, Monica. What was that?
So where are you? Where do you live right now?
So I am in Ventura County, California, which
Oh, okay.
is
Is that by Ventura Highway? Ventura
like
Highway
the Ventura Highway.
in the sun.
Like
Yeah.
Visalia?
I am about 45 minutes outside of Los Angeles, which is
Oh,
perfect because I'm not in the city. I'm very much in the suburbs. And so it's like uber quiet, except for the occasional car alarm. It's uber quiet. And
that was your own in the garage.
I actually live in a very small town. So the police are know everybody. So it's a very safe town and it's
It
very
is.
quiet and I'm gonna miss it a lot. I'm gonna miss it a lot. But on to new adventures, right? We're gonna hit the
There
open
you go.
road.
I love the idea of
Yes.
just hopping in an RV and going, you know?
Yeah.
I don't
I've
know
often,
how I'm gonna
my,
film my show, but I'll figure it out.
my wife and
So
I have made a
jealous.
pact if we ever get laid off, because like I said, we work for the same company. We're just going to take a month off and we're going to head south, then we're going to head east, then we're going to head north, come back, come home, and
That's
then
awesome.
find a job.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Go meet a bunch of YouTubers.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. We took January off and traveled.
That'd be fun.
I know. I cannot wait to meet you guys. Like I've been talking to Chef Adventure. We actually do happy hours on Zoom every now and then, and so like we become very good friends. And so I cannot wait to meet these two in person. But
Right.
yeah,
Well, Jill, this is the part of the show. I have so many more questions, but this is the part of the show where we kind of like, I call it open bar seating. And anybody and everybody who wants to come onto the show is allowed to come visit. You're more than welcome to stay. You can go.
Oh,
whatever.
yay. I can hang out. I'll
Awesome.
see, now all of a sudden everything's moving again on my thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, maybe I
There's
just
a
needed to do
banner
that.
for
Monica needed to do something. Jill, what does
Monica.
2021 hold for your channel?
So 2021, I'm going to be celebrating the home cooks of the 60s and 70s. Like I said, with those contribution cookbooks, I am going to be doing series from the 20s. I'm actually have a ginormous board over here that you can't see, so I'm kind of looking to see, because like I said, I already have uploads through April. But it's just like a lot of obscure, dishes that you probably have never heard, or things that you grew up on. And of course, I'm going to do a Valentine's Day 2 episodes, 1 cocktail, 1 dish, because
Right.
Valentine's Day is my favorite holiday ever.
What's the
And
dish?
should I tell you?
Watch it, Monica.
Yes. Chicken
Not
hearts.
drink. Watch.
Chicken hearts.
Monica's no good. I already gave you the secret about you need to watch the
Yeah.
last video of 2020, because you're going to see my husband making a rare appearance.
One secret per show, Monica.
Monica, it will involve chocolate, a lot of it.
There you go.
And actually, it's going to be a very surprising inventor of a cocktail, and I'm going to
That's
leave it at
party
that.
foul. 2 secrets per show.
Oh, you
Party
know
foul.
what? Frangelica and what is it? Lemon? Yeah, a little lemon wedge. It tastes just like chocolate cake. What is that?
He's like just like 1928.
Frangelico and lemon?
Oh my gosh! Yes, you got to try it sometime. It's
I shall tonight.
Yeah, do a little shot of Frangelica, and then you take a bite of lemon.
No shit.
And then
Okay.
and then you put like a little bit of sugar on your hand too. And at the same time, oh my God, it tastes just like a chocolate cake. It's so good.
Mike, you have the best show co-host ever. Do not ever let her go.
She's awesome. I know. I love Monica. Speaking of that, there's somebody at the front door. So, Monica, it's yours. Hey, I'm lucky I lasted this long. Usually it's about an hour. And I'm
Oh, wow. It flew by.
Yeah, I know. It's an hour and a half. I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
Chat
All right,
amongst yourselves.
Girl time.
This is where we get, this is where we get, try to recruit people to join us on video.
Is this where we talk about Mike?
Yeah, and that too.
And tell me the secrets about Mike.
Talk about how he has the smallest bladder. Him and my grandpa.
Better bladder than something else.
True.
Got it. Done. Do we have anybody else? Okay. I'm going to be quiet now.
I know. Come on. Hey, Rita, join us. Yeah, someone is at the door. Rita.
Like they're
apparently.
That's exciting.
I know. We got to get Rita to join us on video too.
Rita, come on in.
I know. And then we got of course, we got Chris. He always joins too, huh?
Oh, cool.
Hey, Darnell, you join us too.
Yay!
Everybody, get on.
Everybody.
And I think we can max out at 10.
Party Zoom.
We're getting everybody excited about it though, because not everybody wants to join.
Don't be shy.
So have you had the Rona yet?
The what?
The Rona. Have you had
Rona.
COVID?
Oh, I'm not getting COVID. I don't have it.
No, we're not getting COVID.
No, seriously, I decided at the beginning I'm not having it, and I'm not. So,
if you don't adopt
I am
it,
super healthy.
It's not me. I'm not doing it.
It's not my thing. You guys can have it.
And the vaccine, you go first.
Yeah, right.
You go first.
I work out 5 days a week. I am super healthy. I am golden. How about you?
Oh yeah. Well, I've been trying to. I got really, really sick a couple weeks ago, but I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't like coughing or having a hard time breathing or any of these other complications that people are having. So I think I just had the flu. I don't know, but I didn't feel like getting tested either. So I was like, what are they going to tell me? Oh yeah, you have it or you don't.
Right.
Go home. And
Exactly.
they're not admitting anybody unless you are having problems breathing. So, and I was fine. So
my daughter works in the hospital. I thank her every day. And so yeah, that's what she said. Like beds are getting kind of, but yeah, no, I'm golden. I'm not
Yeah,
going anywhere.
in Idaho, it's apparently the hot spot. And
Well,
we've
hopefully
got a
by
lot
May.
of, yeah, they're taxed. Our hospitals are taxed right now. They're really maxed out. So I'm hoping it gets under wraps soon.
It will.
Get it in a rear view mirror and move on already.
It will.
Jeez.
It's time to be in the rearview mirror. I like that very much.
Me too.
Yeah.
If it would ever get there.
It will. You just got to believe. That's all there is to it.
Gotta believe.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, look who's here.
Who's here?
Harita.
Hi.
Hi, Harita. How are you?
Hey, Mike.
Hi. What happened to
Monica.
Monica? Oh my goodness, Monica.
Where is
Monica?
Monica?
I don't know. She'll be back.
I saw your show last week. It was so great.
Thank you.
Rocked it.
Thank
You guys
you.
both did. A lot of
I've
fun.
been enjoying your show too. I'm like totally hooked to, and I've been watching. I'm trying to watch the old episodes also.
Oh,
That Mike's done.
thank you so much. Well, welcome to the family.
I just want to say that there's
There's
a lot of
Harita.
estrogen here right now.
There is a lot of estrogen. So like, drink your drink, Mike. There he goes.
Well, I'm going to show you guys. Watch this. Nope, doesn't work. Damn it. Never mind. You know how it goes. I was going to make my screen bigger and your guys small, but didn't work. Dang it. I need to get rid of Monica. Then I can do it.
Do not get rid of Monica.
I love giving.
No,
Monica
no,
and I
no.
have known each other for
No.
so long.
I want to say one thing that I am probably team Monica also when it comes to no cilantro.
Oh, no.
Because Monica can't hear me. Can you hear me? No, there's something wrong.
Monica kind of comes and goes. She's like a butterfly. You see her for a little bit, and then she's gone. Then she
Monica
comes
can't
back.
hear us.
No cilantro, huh?
Yeah, she's down on the.
Only
for the
when
most-
it comes to I think you should put my vote on both the sides
I
because
can't.
when it comes
One
to
or the other.
using the cilantro, I'm all pro. But when it comes to chopping and storing it, I'm a big no. So
You can't ride a horse. You can't ride two horses with one ass. I'm sorry. It's
I
the
will
way it
share
is.
I will share some Bollywood scenes with you, Mike, where the hero enters on 2 cars, 2 horses. You must see that. So definitely I can do that.
Oh my God, I love Bollywood. It's so
So-
awesome.
Last week, Chris from Eastwood Farms like, Mike is a star, a Bollywood star. Kind of went on that tangent for a little bit. It goes all over the place. That's what I love about this show. There's no rhyme or reason, and especially in open bar seating, there's no rhyme.
Yes.
It goes everywhere. There's Ann Kit is Team Cilantro, but Harita, you like
Monica
you know,
can't hear us.
no.
Some problem.
Well, you're on Team
Monica.
Fresh Cilantro.
I can't.
Am I-
I keep on getting dropped, you guys. I don't know what the deal is.
Well, maybe you should spring for better internet.
Maybe so.
Monica has
Or
the
just get a
ultimate
different
man
carrier
cave.
altogether. Huh?
Show Joe your man cave.
No, I'm not in the man cave.
She's got the ultimate man. It's just like, oh my god. I wish.
Yeah, I'm not there.
I'm looking out there and I got a motorcycle, boxes, a 70 Camaro over here.
What kind of
More
bike,
boxes.
Mike?
I have a Honda VTX 1300C that I haven't ridden in 2 years, but it's sitting right there.
We have a Victory Vision.
Okay. Yeah, I fire it up about once every 3 months, but I don't do anything with it.
Oh.
So my best friend and I rode for a long time, and then he sold his bike, and it just kind of went by the wayside.
Oh, okay. Our world is on 2 wheels.
Oh, I could travel all day long on those things, at about 1 hour at a time. But, you know, I look around and I see these people. Like we were in, it's about halfway between here and Sandpoint, believe it or not. You know, we're at this little gas station a couple years ago, and this guy had a 3-wheeler, which I thought, damn, that's cool. You know, and he had a border collie of all things, and it rode on the back, and it had its doggles. And
How cute.
I never heard of doggles until then. I thought, what the goggles your dog has? No, they're called doggles, man. Like doggles. That's
How
cool.
cute.
Hey, Chef Adventures, join this like thing.
Yeah, please.
Like, click on the link and show yourself.
We want to see you. I need more
All right.
testosterone here. Come on.
Just click on the link. It's easy. Oh man.
Oh, well, Chef
well,
Adventures.
Okay, sweetheart.
Appreciate you coming on,
Love
brother.
you very
Yeah.
much.
Appreciate it. Thank you for those kind words. So,
Jill, I'm excited about your radio show.
Thank you. I'm excited about yours.
Well, I wish I can do it one time, but like radio intrigues me. It's interesting. But yes, I mean, I like to read and learn about food history, so I will look forward to it.
Well, thank you. It's all it's all Americana history. So I'm
Yeah.
excited. I'm excited.
Because I've seen there are a lot of documentaries on the Indian food, like the legacy of food. You have a couple of good documentaries on Netflix, but I haven't. It was just the Great Depression thing that I read somewhere, and that's why I asked about the water pie. Because
Okay.
it was like so surprising. Like, how can there be a water pie?
Well,
I
it's
know.
not. It's not water. It's
That
like
would be
it's
depressing.
the base is water, and I can't remember what the solidifier is. It's probably gelatin or something.
Yeah,
But
I think gelatin.
yeah, but I
What
mean, the
I
name is
saw-
very intriguing.
The recipe, the I think what I remember is like seeing that she had baked it, and then that lady had kept it like overnight for the water to set and then solidify.
Yes.
I don't think she added anything except sugar. That's
Huh.
all.
You know what? I'm adding that to my list because I know what it is, but
Sure.
it might make a fun episode. So thank you.
Isn't that like isn't that how they make jelly? Jelly is just like fruit and sugar, and
Yeah.
then you know as you reduce it, it gets like more solidified, like a
But
cranberry
Yeah.
when
sauce.
she cut it, when she cut the pie, it wasn't like jelly is wobbly, right? But,
Yes.
Yeah.
that
very
wasn't
loose.
wobbly.
Yeah.
That wasn't jiggly. It was you could see a solid,
Huh.
a crust inside.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I
Uh,
mean, like the name is innocuous, right? Because you think water pie, well, it's just a water, but it's
Yeah.
not. It's more than water.
I wonder
Well,
if
I
there's
made a-
flavoring.
yeah,
It just
I
goes back to a time where people couldn't afford anything because it was a horrible time in our history.
well, I think it's
Like
part of the slang too, though. Like my grandpa Wolford used to call lemonade horse piss, and I remember one day, why do you call it horse piss, Pop? And he said, because during the Great Depression, I used to hop trains to go work. And there was a couple of older gentlemen on there, and we were at a CCC camp, and they served us lemonade, and the old guy said, this looks like horse piss. So we just, I've just called it
Wow.
horse piss ever since. That was what he called lemonade. I think it's just a slang. A lot of it could be slang too.
Oh, I
Right.
think so.
Victory gardens, victory letters.
Yep. Well, Victory Gardens were created because and they could have their own fruits and vegetables and share with their neighbors, and victory is moving us towards victory.
There was a thing called V letters, victory letters. My grandma, I still have a grandma that's still alive, and she has several V letters from my grandpa, who was a pilot. My only tattoo in the world is this right here. That's my grandfather's D-Day, right? Well, he passed away 25 years ago, but she's still alive.
wow.
So they used to send V letters, and they were written on onion paper, of all things, which I'd never heard of.
Mm-hmm.
Onion paper.
She still has them.
Yeah,
Necessity is the mother of invention. Seriously.
cool. Right. Yep.
This kind of shows it over and over again in history.
Like, huh?
I used to, when I was in high school, I used to give out adoption records. I worked for the Idaho Society, Children's Home Society of Idaho, and that's where they did the adoptions out of. And people would go in and request their adoption records, and so I'd go down in the scary basement and pull their adoption records, and everything was printed on onion paper. It was like super duper thin. It was just like, oh, you didn't even want to touch it because you were afraid it would like crack.
So fragile.
Right?
Poof,
Yeah.
it'd be gone. Yeah. It was really weird paper. Yeah.
Let's say hi to Marcel. How are you, Marcel? Little fish in the kitchen. She's awesome. I love Marcel. Jill, are you on Instagram as well?
Yes, but I never do anything with it. To be completely honest, I there's only so many social medias I can deal with. So I'm on YouTube, I'm on Facebook, and I have my radio show, and that's
I agree.
right. I mean, you can't do everything all the time. I don't do Twitter. So yes, there is an Instagram account, but I don't remember the last time I posted to it.
I have a love-hate relationship with Instagram.
Yeah.
I'll go through phases that I do it, and then I'll look at it, but then I don't do anything. But that's where I always see Marcel at, is on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
And I know like the big CEOs and companies, they like Twitter, and I have a Twitter account, but I never do anything with it.
Is that what you can't do all of them? I mean, there's only so much time in a day.
Yeah,
right?
what's the other one? Reddit or something like that.
Yeah.
I signed up
Reddit's
for Reddit.
also a cool one, but I don't have time.
I signed up for Reddit back in August, and they said, "Well, we have to review your account. It takes a month." I'm like, "What the hell?
Really?
Why a
Weird.
month?" 'Cause I do podcasts, like Harita's, like turned into a podcast, and some of the places like it could take up to 2 weeks in order for us to get back to you. I'm like, "Jeez, oh Pete, really? In this day and age, it's going to take you 2 weeks to determine if this podcast is legit?"
Yeah, right.
So,
Yeah, I live on YouTube.
but that's where I'm at too. I do Facebook because I'm part of a couple of groups, and
Oh yeah,
it's great for advertising. It really is. Facebook is amazing for that.
Yeah.
But I don't. The only thing I post is my stuff, and I like to share, right? So especially with the smaller YouTubes, the channels that are smaller than me, I'll go out there and share their videos.
yes.
And that's the reason why I started this show, was for the smaller channels. That's why reason why a lot of the questions that I asked you tonight were geared up on how you started. Yes, you don't have to hold your hand up.
So I have
This
this
isn't
question.
school. You just talk, Rita. You just talk.
No, my habit of talking. So, Mike, I have this question. I like, when this COVID thing settles, do you think we should do a dude's fan meet and greet kind of thing? Do you think we should do that?
Oh man.
love
biggest
her.
fan will come from Southeast Boise, maybe one from LA.
What we do is we'll get Jill down here when she comes visit her son, and we'll do a meet and greet.
Yeah, hurry.
I'm speaking for you, Jill.
No problem.
Yeah.
I'm down. I'm so down.
Hey, Harita, when is your son's birthday?
So the younger one's birthday was yesterday. I made a solar system galaxy cake for him.
Oh, I thought
And
you were doing Idaho cake. Idaho.
It's on Saturday.
Oh, fine.
So-
Oh no, wait. You have a child who was born yesterday? Like
No,
birthdays?
I have 2 boys, and they were born.
Not born yesterday, but like their birthday was
Birthday,
yesterday.
yeah.
His birthday was yesterday.
Because I have twins and their birthday was Monday.
Oh
wow.
wow!
You have
So
twins?
14th.
Happy birthday to your
Happy birthday to yours.
boys, girls.
Boy and girl.
Oh wow, that's the best.
I do. I have twins. They turned 25 on Monday.
You have a
Oh,
25-year-old.
I mean, yeah, seriously.
Goodness. I have a 28-year-old. So,
See? Oh, that's awesome.
but you have a daughter who's a nurse also, or she's
She's one of the twins. She's not a nurse. She's an RD, registered
Okay.
dietitian.
okay.
Yeah.
I remember that from a conversation.
We have
had.
5 boys, 1 girl.
What?
Wow.
Whoa.
Holy-
Yeah. Yeah. Does that explain it all?
Is it a blended family, or did you give birth to all of them?
So
No.
Jill, I have a question.
Yes,
Should I
ma'am.
send my husband for training to you, or to your husband to brainwash him for more kids?
Send him right to me. No. Oh, no. The factory is so closed.
Yeah. I think
Well, her
God
husband's a
uses
twin
the first one,
and
he
kid.
makes them like act really cute and good. And
Oh.
you're like, oh, I can do this again. I can do this like 10 times.
Oh my God. No, so we're like the Brady Bunch. When I met my husband, he had 3 kids. I had 3 kids.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And we're like, okay, we have 6 kids between us. We're done. And
yeah,
so
no kidding.
So that's
Yeah, a full house. Yeah.
full house.
Expensive at
So-
Christmas time, huh?
Oh my God, but it's awesome because it's so many kids. But so our baby was 2 when we got together,
Oh,
and now he's a college football player.
oh wow.
And when he was 2, he was like, I want a brother or sister, you know? And we're like, I'm sorry, baby. You
We're
know,
done.
but now he's like 6'3", 300 pounds, college football player. And he's like, with a big beard. And he's like, I'm the baby.
I'm the baby. Mom.
It's a total baby. So it's all good. So I don't know how much coaching I can give you because it's kind of cool to like
I
have
just
no.
want someone to brainwash my husband.
Honey, I will give you as much support as I possibly can.
Oh my goodness.
So Harita, you want more kids? Is that what you're saying? You want more?
Oh
kids?
yeah.
How old are your kids?
One is 7, one is 4.
Oh, yeah.
So
Our
we
baby is
are,
20.
so we are out of the baby phase. So we are missing a baby.
But they're both boys though, right?
Yes, both boys.
Boys are
Yeah.
awesome.
See, I would
No,
have
I can't
10
say that
if I
because
knew
my
they'd
daughter is
all be boys. Boys are good. They're easy.
Boys are easy, but when daughters get older, they're amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
When they
get
It's
older.
like ass
I know.
backwards.
We get amazing.
I know.
Our son was a
Ah,
dream.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Oh,
Dang it.
Darnell? Wait. Darnell is a twin.
Yep. Darnell. That's what he
No way.
Really? I didn't know that.
Wow.
That's
Twins are awesome.
My husband is a twin. He has a twin
Oh, really?
brother. Yes.
Yep.
So we were quite hopeful of having twins, but we failed every time.
I'm with Marcel. Get a dog.
So
I
far,
would not constitute that as a failure.
yeah. So
So
far,
his
I'm telling
family
you.
has like 8 pair of twins alive
what?
across
What?
3 generations.
Whoa.
So,
That's crazy. Oh my
That's
God.
so
insane.
that's interesting.
So-
Maybe it does look like a failure.
So I had a boy and girl twin, but
you
then I
made-
always wanted to see what one was like. So that's when the baby came. And now
the
like-
baby.
but Harita, I gotta tell you, there is nothing like having your kids getting older and you having some time to yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. I
True
get
that.
the wanting,
You know, finally, we
but I gotta be
started
honest with you,
enjoying
sister.
full night sleep. So, like, we are in that phase where we enjoy full night sleep. My 7-year-old is trained to make his own breakfast, so we don't need to get up in the morning to make
So-
breakfast for him.
So I don't want to talk to your husband and tell him he wants another baby. You guys are on your way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Girlfriend.
High five.
I'm serious. When the kids are like older and they're starting to get towards, teenager's tough, but adult, it's just like Mike, and Monica, I don't know about your kids, but it's just so wonderful to like start getting your life back,
Yes.
Yeah.
but still be there for them.
Yeah.
And it's a whole different relationship.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
did.
we're
Once you got one
excited.
at home and he procreates. Like, Jesus.
Well, then there's that.
Actually, I'm surprised. Yeah, I thought my kids would already have babies, but no. I have a 26-year-old, almost 26-year-old, and a
Wow.
21. Yeah, but
Cool.
I was happy when I got my life back. They're
I
always,
have 2
you're
grandkids.
always there though. You're still
We have
needed.
3.
Banana.
Grandkids are the best. I love grandkids.
They're great because when they get out of control, it's like
Yeah, I secretly
Exactly.
want one.
It's not
they're going
gonna
home now.
Hello.
That's my
yeah,
husband.
and then you can send them
Hi.
home.
There's nothing in the world, not even $1 million, that can convince me that we will have another one. She can have one more if she wants to. I don't want to
her
be
own.
part of it.
Hey, Ankit, say Wednesday.
That's not going to work.
Wednesday, just for you.
You're worried you're gonna have twins. You're gonna have twins. That's why you're worried.
That's how my mom ended up having 4 kids. I had an elder brother. Eldest was his sister, then an elder brother, and then we both, me and my twin.
He's the accidental one.
I am the accidental one, most
I can
probably.
believe it. That's
But
why he says
then again,
venom.
I don't want to go for the third time. I know we might just end up with 4 instead of 3.
You're right.
True.
You're right.
Or
You
if,
might.
if somebody can give me a remedy to make sure that it's going to be a baby girl or baby girls, then I am okay. Otherwise, no.
Yeah,
Girls
the
are
girls
very,
can
very
trip you
difficult.
up, yep.
So Jill, I used to work with work in the same office with Ankit, and we'd go outside and visit, and he always would say Wednesday for Wednesday.
Yeah.
So we used to give him shit for that all the time. And
Oh,
Kirk
no.
Kirk and I still say Wednesday together.
You know what? Now they both say Wednesday, and I ended up saying Wednesday because of him.
And Vegas.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
like that. It's like there's more syllables than there needs to be, and it's fabulous.
and he's six more than 6 years, and he still can't say Ankit properly.
That's right.
It's still Ankit.
Yep.
But he's one of the ones who do it better than a lot of others. I have heard Ankit, Akit, and some
But-
people just don't even say anything. They end up saying, "Oh yeah, wait for my last name." It's like Mehta. They're like Mehta. I'm like, no, it's Mehta.
How about
There's the
Yankee?
ha in it. Oh no.
He's
But
a
anyhow,
hijacker. We don't need him.
you guys do a wonderful job. I really like watching you guys over here. Seriously, it's fun.
Wait, there, that way.
Here's a story.
Yeah, so
You know.
I think it's
Yeah,
actually
right.
my
Oh, wait a minute.
Wednesday as
How the
the
hell
day.
does this work?
I don't know which way I'm going.
No, he got inspired because of Wednesday. That is why the podcast is on a Wednesday.
Is that was behind all this?
Yeah, exactly. Yes, that's what I was thinking. The Wednesday night barbecue talk show. I spelled
Yeah,
Wednesday
have
wrong.
fun,
Sorry,
guys. Over to
Bye.
Harita. Love you, Mike.
Bye, Ankit.
We'll see you.
How lucky are you?
Oh, it's so great. I used to love going outside and just visiting. I wanted to be an archaeologist when I was a kid,
Ooh.
So did I.
and that's actually. And I wanted to. I worked when I was going to Boise State. I was working on my history major. I've always been fascinated with other cultures, and so I just know how to get in there. And I don't know if it's a gift or what, but it's the gift of bullshit is what it is, right? And it doesn't matter what culture you're from, people bullshit. And so it's just so cool to see other cultures. And so I just developed this relationship with Ankit, Yankit, whatever.
Yeah. You finally said it.
Yank
Ankit.
it. You're
So,
horrible.
Good
so
time.
Mike, I wanted to be a wildlife photographer when I was young, and I ended up marrying Ankit and having 2 boys with him. So now I live in the wildlife and I keep clicking their photographs.
So you're living your dream then, right? Living
So
your
I'm
best life.
literally living my dream.
Well, Jill, what did you want to be when you were a kid?
I don't even remember.
I want
Oh,
to be an astronaut and an
when I
archaeologist.
was in 4th grade, I wanted to be a mover.
A
A
what?
what?
A mover. You know, like
Like
moving, like moving,
people?
Mover and packer?
Oh, a
you know, like
mover.
packing up all their shit and moving.
Yeah.
in
Oh my god. That was your dream?
4th grade.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I think we moved in 4th grade, and I saw them, and I'm like, I want to do
Oh.
that. So yeah, but I honestly
Interesting.
had no dream. I'm living my dream now.
There you go. And that's so cool. I am too right now. You know, and one of these days I'll make it into something I can do full time. I am on the verge. I estimate by the 1st of February, somewhere between February and March, I'll monetize. And I'm not saying it's going to be big bucks, right? But over time, I've only been doing it for a year and a half, right? So over time, you know, maybe 5 years down the road, maybe I'll be able to go, yeah,
I hope
I'm comfortable with where I'm at.
it's
So I see people Well, so people
Well,
are
Fingers
seeing
crossed.
with the link in their description and the videos that they say like my was it Peloton or whatever link is this.
Yeah.
I see that all the time. So can you technically put that in your descriptions if you're not monetized? Because then you could still really be monetized without being monetized, really.
I don't know what the deal is.
If there's a guideline or restriction against that. But I see people doing this all the
Monetization
time.
is it's literally
Loopholes.
Is it?
Loopholes.
it takes a while to really
Yeah, I'm not looking at it tomorrow, but
make
yeah,
shit.
maybe 5 years down the road I'll be able to be comfortable enough.
I mean,
It's
that's
okay.
why I'm doing my radio show, and I'm going to be talking about my YouTube channel, and it's all one big map.
Right.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
And for me, it may not ever happen, and that's okay too. I have a blast doing this.
If you think
You
it's going to happen, it will happen.
Yeah.
Right.
I think I
You
can.
need to
I think I can.
manifest
Believe
Think it and
that's
manifest it.
my
Yeah,
girl.
unless you dream it, unless you think about it, it won't happen.
Exactly.
So keep
You need to
dreaming.
just visualize where you want to be and stay
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
that's
don't want to. I
that's
don't want
how
to be Sam the cooking guy, But then again, I don't want to. I want to be. I just want to be me, right?
I want to start a retro movement. I totally do.
What-
You're the only person out there I know who does retro, and
I
think,
know.
yeah, exactly.
I
And
know.
So
I
do you
get people
dress
going,
up? Do you dress up when you do your retro?
I wear an apron.
yeah,
So
the
I
apron's
always
cool.
wear the same apron, which
So
obviously I'm not
you gotta wear like a little A-frame dress, the cute little like flare out.
wearing. Monica, you have not seen my show, have you?
I might have to. Maybe I'll.
I'm gonna be
I'll
honest, I haven't seen it. I used to do that.
Okay.
Wear some Cherokee shoes.
Well, you don't see my feet,
moccasins.
but I did have Cherokee shoes and Jordache and Sheminda
I
Bear.
know. Jordashes.
Bell bottoms on. Oh, what the hell just happened there?
I don't
Jesus.
know what's going on in
Some
the garage.
Britannicas.
Oh my God, what an amazing time. Yeah, you should check out my channel because
I'm
It's all
so
about the
checking out
memories.
your channel. I'm so excited about it.
so one episode I did the 80s taco salad.
Yes.
What?
I did it wearing nose sweater. Remember the nose? And I still have it. I'm wearing the nose sweater. I'm making a taco salad, but now I wear an apron. I always saying apron with my little logo on it, and yeah, my name on it.
That's
So
awesome.
fun.
That this is all very new for me. I'm excited to I'm learning a lot today.
Oh, honey. Well, welcome to Americana because I will teach you all about the 40s to the 80s Americana cooking and all
if you think- So if you think about it, what Jill does is really a reflection on what we do today, right? It's a progression. You can watch the trends from the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and they just carry on, right?
Yeah.
It's just
yeah, everything is-
don't get me wrong. I don't mean it in a bad way, but it's almost like building a better mousetrap to some
Yeah.
degree.
No, you
know?
can see how the culture progresses.
Thank you. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, progressing. Maybe they don't use lamb anymore, but because lamb has fallen out of favor,
I
now
love
they use steak, or
Yeah,
veal or whatever. You know what I mean?
whatever
they use
it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the 50s were all about convenience food. That was the boom. I mean, they had convenience food before that, but that was the boom. And it was all about creating an easier way for the modern housewife to get dinner on the table. And a lot of them worked, right? So come home from work, you can get food on the table from a convenience food. And that's like, I just celebrate all that stuff. Cheryl, thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it. It was so glorious. I'm sorry. It's hard to talk, see everybody's comments, but I really appreciate
Yeah.
it. Thank you. Have a beautiful
I just learned that today how to do that. By the way, that you just click on it.
I
and then you
saw
click
that.
Yeah, I've
That's
wondered how the hell do you do that? It dawned on me.
I
What if I
like it.
just click on it? That work? It's like I've been studying and I can't pronounce it. And I actually been thinking about doing a video where I get some of my friends to pronounce it for me. Biera tacos. That sound right?
What
Tacos?
taco?
Birria
Oh,
tacos?
birria.
Yeah, whatever it is. I cannot pronounce it.
Birria.
Somebody's
Birria.
got a click. Harita, I think you might got a click going on there. But anyhow, I was picking up my friend Kelly last night. Unfortunately, she can't drive right now. And so I was talking, but I was picking her up from work at 11 o'clock last night, and there was somebody there from one of the local Mexican joints here. And we were talking about it. And she goes, at one time they used to use goat, and then they went to lamb, and now they use beef for it.
Yes.
And it just kind of falls into place with like what you do, right? It's X recipe XYZ.
Exactly.
One time was probably made with goat or possum,
It was
and it was made with goat and then lamb, is it
Birria, birria, and it is very
Period.
much
Yeah.
now. It's like a stewed beef, but yeah,
I may hit you up to. I've been thinking about because I struggle with pronouncing that. So the opening of the episode, I want to say it. This is how I envision it: saying it and just butchering the shit out of it, and then having somebody come on and saying, like, maybe you like saying, "No, dude, it's Birria," and then I try to say it, and then somebody else comes on and goes, "No, it is Birria," or however the hell you pronounce it. I thought it'd be kind of cool, right? Because like next week, my episode next week, I have Patrick on, and my episode is Christmas beer brats. Right? So Patrick did some videos for me on. He's like beer brats for Christmas, really? And then I do my little thing, and then he comes back, but beer brats? Just kind of moving those things in. I enjoy doing those kind of playing with that a little bit. Yeah, my Uncle Tim, goat.
right,
Yeah,
I was getting a text,
that's all right.
from my husband in the other room. He's trying to be
He's like,
respectful. So okay.
oh, well, it's about time to wrap it up. It's been 2 hours, so.
Yeah.
Jill, you've been an
I'm gonna-
amazing
I'm gonna
guest. Thank
go.
you so much.
Yes, it was fun watching
Really
you.
appreciate it. Yep. Really appreciate you being on. Thank you so much.
So much gratitude
Ramble.
for
Yep.
you, Mike. Thank you so much. It's
I
been an honor.
very fast.
And Harita, I'm so happy to be able to talk to you. I cannot wait to
Same
check out your
here.
channel. It's because I love
I
it.
just have an Instagram and Facebook. I don't have a channel, but I'm gonna subscribe to your channel.
Oh, you don't?
And,
Oh, my bad.
Let's take it from there.
I would
will
love
have
it.
Frida
I would love
when
it.
I-
Come find me and let's chat. I'm good at chatting. I want to get to know you.
Sure.
When I have my kitchen put it outside, I'll have Harita over and like if you come down, I'll make sure Harita comes over and
Sure. Meet and
The
greet.
world is my
And me.
oyster. We'll come visit.
Harita
I was
and
going
I
to
are
say
gonna.
goodbye to Monica, but
I'm
she's gone.
here. I'm back.
Monica, we're wrapping it up.
Monica, thank
know,
you so
sorry.
much. It's been
There's just too much estrogen here for me.
so much, Mike.
Quitter.
All right, guys. Thank you so much, everybody.
Honor to be part of all this.
We'll see you.
We are live next week, guys, but we do not have a guest, so you're the guest.
Yay.
All right.
Hooray.
Thanks again, Jill. Loved having you on.
See
Take
you
care.
guys. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.